Good evening and welcome to Kittatinny Regional High School in Stillwater, New Jersey, as champion athletes, Apex Wrestling School, and the Harrington Companies brings you GardenStateHSWrestling.com's live coverage of this NWJAC battle between the Morris Hills Scarlet Knights and the Kittatinny Cougars. I'm your host, Shane Dunn, and with me on the call is James Clark. James, how are you doing tonight?
I'm doing very well, thank you. How are you doing tonight?
I'm doing well. I mean, a little bit of a later start than we were expecting. The JV matches ran a little bit longer. I believe the rumor on the street was Morris Hills' bus broke down on the way here, so that explains 7:30 startup instead of 7, but I'm all right. I'm very excited to be here today.
Me too. I'm looking forward to two really good teams going at it tonight, especially because when you look on the other side of Morris Hills on that side there, Coach Brian Billette in his 9th year, he only has 7 more wins until he gets to his 100th career win as a head coach. And also, too, him, along with several other of his assistants that are on the team, also wrestled for John Gill and the Kittatinny Cougars way back in the day. So looking at that, it would be great if he could be able to get a win here tonight against his former coach like he did last year.
And let's talk about Kittatinny a little bit and how difficult that win will be to achieve. Already 1-0 in the season. John Gill is in his 44th year, 637 wins to date. They went 12-6 last year, and they were the North 1 Group 1 champion. A lot of great seniors on this team with 25-plus wins, including Bryce Coesfield, Tyler Lockburner, Reese Smith. Also have junior Ethan Dalling, who went 32-4 last season. I mean, there's not an easier way to say it. I think we're in for a classic here tonight.
Most definitely.
And we'll be right back with you after the national anthem.
Today's broadcast is presented by Champion Athletes Sports Nutrition, Apex Wrestling School, and the Harrington Companies, the official sponsors of GardenStateHSWrestling.com's live wrestling coverage for today. You are watching on GardenStateHSWrestling.com. You are watching the Morris Scarlet Knights versus the Kittatinny Cougars here in Stillwater, New Jersey. I am here, James Clark, with Shane Dunn on the call for tonight, and we're getting ready to do the coin toss. And we will find out in a moment. And Kittatinny is going to get odds, which means...
Or Morris Hills odds, sorry about that.
Morris Hills, excuse me.
And a great atmosphere in this gym is the first thing I'll say. I mean, great fan base. This is my second time in this gym, and I'm very excited for this. I feel a lot of tension in the air. This is going to be a good one.
Absolutely, especially for Kittatinny, too, which is, if you kind of look behind us, is a packed gym tonight with full of Kittatinny fans, so you know it's going to get loud in here tonight.
Absolutely, without a doubt. And here we go. We are starting at 106. We'll see Troy Sharp of Kittatinny facing Adam Molina here. Here we go, starting off strong. Right here goes for a single leg, Molina, and trying to secure the takedown here.
And Sharp doing a good job. He's trying to block it off as he grabs into that ankle there of Molina.
Great ankle position there.
And I'm sure that the referee is probably going to call a stalemate here because neither one is improving their position, which is often called.
You'll see it at the beginning of a lot of matches, but here now 2-point takedown for Molina, now in control.
Takes this 1-2.
Now going for some wrist control here, also trying to break down Sharp. Has that left wrist.
And now he throws in a leg. Going to try and reach back. Maybe try a spladle, but it's also a very tough position to get into. If you're a wrestler on top, and you're good on top and you like those spladles, it's hard to get into unless the momentum's coming your way.
It's definitely also a little bit of a showy move. That's a tough one. If you start off a meet with that, that's just a lot of momentum your direction. Now Molina starting up back on top. 1:04 to go here in the first period. Molina up 2-0 against Kittatinny Sharp.
And we'll see if he tries to work a tilt as he has control of that elbow. Now he tries a cross face. We'll see if he tries a cross face cradle, which is heavily favored for Morris Hills, as they tried to do a lot of that the other night against Mount Olive, which we were there.
Now getting right in the back there. And the cross face, a lot of people won't talk about. It's not only even if you can't get in, that is just a rough spot to be in as the opponent. But now looking for the reversal here is Sharp.
And he's going to reach back, see if he can get the reversal.
And there we go. 2 points for Sharp. We are all tied up now. Same thing, going for that crossface over that right shoulder. Now looking for the left wrist.
Which is also Kittatinny favorite. They all love the crossface cradles. A lot of them like Merkles. They like throws. Kittatinny wrestles a lot of old school matches and moves that they like to do. And they've learned all that from their head coach, John Gill, who's been in it for 44 years.
Can't say enough about John Gill, an incredible coach. And now we'll start the second period. Tied up here 2-2. Molina will start on bottom, Sharp on top.
And a lot of times when you look at the Kittatinny wrestlers in between the periods too, you'll notice that they'll put their heads behind their backs. And not for nothing, that's one of the best techniques that you can teach a wrestler, because then that helps them take control of their breathing. So making sure that they're breathing in correctly and being able to catch their breath after going 2 minutes at a time hard.
Absolutely, and I think that's one of the best things John Gill does well is his attention to those little details like you mentioned there. But now Sharp starts on top once again, still 2-2, 15 seconds into the second period, looking to gain some traction here, have both kind of in a stalemate, both very, very strong here as you can tell. And now that 1 point for Molina.
Yeah, Molina gets out of there, makes it 3-2.
Really just a toss-up in the 106 bout so far.
Unless anything crazy happens here, which I know Sharp's trying to work for a front headlock.
And separate once again. Minute 14 to go here. I mean, you see it a lot more in the lightweights than you will up in the weights where it's a pretty even matchup. And this one's very good so far. Just no one can seem to get an advantage. Now going for the single leg and get. Does he fully have it?
Ooh, let's see if he can try to throw in that leg there.
Bound to get 2 points here soon. Very close to having full control of this one.
He's almost there. He just needs to pop his other hip up a little bit. He could try to get the takedown, but I think they're going to call a stalemate because there's really nothing happening going on here.
34 seconds to go here in the second. I couldn't agree more with you. Kind of just standing still right here for the moment. But now you can see a little bit of progress trying to be made by Sharp. Still rotating around. Molina doing very good at defending that.
Yeah, he's doing an awesome job. If he could sneak in from the back door, he could get the takedown, and he stops it for a stalemate, which I knew it was going to happen eventually because neither one was really able to do anything at that point. I'm just surprised it was a little late on that, but.
I mean, I appreciate letting the boys wrestle, but that one did go on a little too long in my opinion as well. 13 seconds now here to go. Molina ahead 3-2. And now a single leg for Molina here. He's trying for it. Shoots into a double leg. Still hasn't gotten the 2. 3 seconds left now here in the second.
And Morris Hills calling for a takedown, but they're not going to give it to him.
Definitely a close call there, but the ref is definitely calling it the same both ways, and I'm liking how this match is going so far. Now we enter the third period. Molina up 3-2 over Sharp in the 106 bout. What a way to start.
Just got to make sure that he doesn't make any too many mistakes here as he trails this one 3-2. He just needs to get an escape, find a way to get out of here to try to get a win here for Kittatinny to start off strong.
You know, I will say this about both the wrestlers. This has been a near flawless matchup so far. I haven't seen too many mistakes from each. They both defended each other very well. It's more the offense that seems to, both of them almost can't do anything to each other is the issue I'm seeing here.
And you can tell that because of Brian Billette, who's done an amazing job with this Morris Hills team over the years in his 9-year tenure. He's learned a lot from his former head coach of John Gill, so you could tell that these two teams know each other very well. And you could just tell that he's learned a lot, and he tries similar ways of how they wrestle over at Kittatinny. So they really prepped for this one tonight after coming off of that loss against Mount Olive on Tuesday night.
Now here, still trying to gain control here is Molina.
Yeah, he has that ball and chain locked up there, which is a youth favorite in the youth programs.
You won't see that in high school that much, but it's working well. But now stalemate. And Morris Hills coach getting clearly animated here.
49 seconds to go in the third period with Molina leading this one 3-2.
Saw Gill and Billette going a little bit back and forth there. You don't get to see that across the mat too often. 40 seconds to go here.
We'll see, he just has to work to the side, just has to be careful that he's not getting called for stalling, but I think he's been doing pretty well with on top, that he shouldn't get called for stalling unless if he's riding from the parallel position, but he's been doing a good job working from top.
And Molina just needs 20 more seconds of this control, and he will start off the day successful for Morris Hills.
10 seconds to go in the third. Got to do something here, but he might not have enough time, and Molina's going to walk out of here with a 3-2 win. What a way for Morris Hills to start off the match tonight.
There we go. Very tightly contested matchup, 106. Molina with the win there, 3-2, as James just mentioned. Today's broadcast is presented by Champion Athletes Sports Nutrition. Visit them at https://wrestlernutrition.com. Apex Wrestling School with 4 locations in New Jersey and 1 in Manhattan. And the Harrington Companies, Construction, Recycling, and Hoffman Landscaping. The Harrington Companies, huge supporters of New Jersey high school wrestling. And now we will see Kittatinny's Cal Trilling facing off with Morris Hills Vasquez. Here's our 113 bout.
You can just look at the strength here for Johnny Vasquez of Morris Hills for a 13-pounder.
Trilling. Yep, thank you. Now here we go, looking for that takedown now, gets that back left leg for a second there. He's close to it, but Trilling, great defense here.
Yeah, he's actually trying to work for a near side cradle as Vasquez. See if he can try and get it, but nicely blocked off by Trilling.
Trilling doing a very good job. As we saw, even in the last match, Kittatinny's defense has been incredible tonight, even if it didn't give him a win in the last one.
But always nicely defended. That's something that Kittatinny always gets the credit for how they always wrestle defensively and wrestling cautiously.
Now Vasquez still looking for it. Over a minute into this matchup now. No points, a goose egg for both sides. Still looking for that leg, still looking for that cradle.
Ooh, he could get it here. He is near it. He should be getting the takedown, and he does.
2 points there for Vasquez.
And he's going to get 2 points on top of that, 2 for back points, and that's going to make it 4-0. It should.
That's how quick the tide can change in wrestling. We just saw Trilling couldn't make a mistake in the beginning. 1 mistake, 4-point swing right there. Now 22 seconds to go here in the first period. They're called off the mat. They'll start back in the middle with Vasquez on top. You see a clear height difference here. How big of a factor do you think height is in a wrestling match, especially with the lower weights?
Well, it definitely can overtake a lot of different things if you have the technique, but also strength can also overcome technique too. But here in the lower weights, when you look at them, you know, height, can make a big difference.
And we're seeing that right now. There's a close matchup, but Velasquez definitely the shorter of the two. Now here we go, the end of the first coming here. And Vasquez will head into the second period with a 4-0 advantage over Kittatinny's Trilling.
Trilling's going to defer. And Vasquez, he's going to go neutral. And I think that's a smart decision right there, too, because he's been doing a good job with attacking on his feet, which is something that we haven't seen from Trilling yet.
You don't see the neutral call as much as you do just taking bottom. But definitely the right move here by Vasquez. I'll agree with you on that.
So we'll see if he gets another takedown as he leads this one 4-0.
Not too much action here, just kind of going back and forth here, trying to figure out who's going to be the cat and who's going to be the mouse in this period. Now Vasquez going for a head snap here. Gets him to his knees for a second. Another quick mistake capitalized on by Vasquez. Going for that cradle once again. Might get him off the mat here.
He's going to finish. And he's going to finish on that takedown.
Now bring it to 6-0 for Vasquez here with 1:05 to go in the second period.
He's just been so effective with those near side cradles.
Now guaranteed to go off the mat here in a second. 53 to go here in the second period. And Vasquez, the biggest thing is Trilling's been doing incredible. It's just Vasquez has capitalized off of the two big mistakes we've seen Trilling make.
Yeah, and Vasquez has just been that kid that's been able to really capitalize, and he's been able to get in on those quick cradles.
Now Vasquez starts on top here. 48 seconds to go here in the second period.
Try to see what he can do here. As he looked like he was looking to throw in a leg, but then he lets him escape. It's going to be 6-1 Vasquez.
Trilling needed that point for sure. He's going to need a big third period if he wants to try and get this win, especially if it's on points.
Definitely, and you know John Gill really wants to try to win as many toss-ups as he can, because we're going to see a couple of the hammers later for Kittatinny, and then we're going to see Jaden Barreto in the next bout or two at least. So we know that they're going to have to try to neutralize points and try to get wins where they can.
Couldn't agree more. 7 seconds to go here in the second period of the 113 matchup. And we'll head into the third period. Great job by Vasquez so far, but we saw a little bit of life out of Trilling there at the end. And Vasquez will start on bottom here, a position we have not seen him yet in the match. He's only been on top or neutral with Trilling.
And we'll see how Trilling does from top, because we haven't seen him much from the top position yet, but you never know. So now Trilling trying to get in on a single. See if he tries to take him down, or keep him down on the mat at least.
There is the first takedown of the night for Trilling. A 7-3 lead Vasquez holds on to now with 1:40 to go here in the third period. Tide may be turning for Kittatinny here in this matchup.
Oh, such an incredible job.
Couldn't quite get that right wrist as he was going for. Now trying to get past his guard on the left.
And we'll see what he could do. Now he's going to try to work something. He looked for the claw, and now he's looking for a cross-face cradle.
Now Vasquez just trying to get him off the mat at this point.
Yeah.
Still going for wrist control is Trilling. And now.
Yep, they're going to go out of bounds.
Almost hit our cameraman Liam there.
Yeah, that would not have been good. That happened last year at PCTI.
Dangerous job we endured, James.
Absolutely.
Now Vasquez on bottom once again. 1:03 here to go. Trilling either needs to make up a quick 4 points or a pin here if he wants to get this win. Vasquez just needs to kind of coast to victory here. 56 to go. And starting a 6-0 hole after your first 2 weights is not something John Gill wants to head into, starting off this rivalry matchup here.
Definitely, but when you kind of look at it at the end of the day too, Morris Hills also on the other side too. You might think that Kittatinny might be favored in this tonight because of how solid they are all around, especially when we get up to like Dalling and those kind of wrestlers, and Coesfeld and everybody, and Reese Smith. So, you know, for Morris Hills, they want to definitely work on some more bonus points. And a 7-3 win, yeah, they'll definitely get the points there for sure for their team. But it's also a win for Kittatinny at the end of the day, too. So Morris Hills needs to step it up and be able to win the big-time matches and get the big-time pins if they want to try to keep this match at least close.
I mean, there's a good reason why this is Garden State HSWrestling.com's match of the week. It's going to be toss-ups all around. This is going to be a great rest of the meet for today. Now, 7-3 hole, 8 seconds here for Trilling. Let's see if he can make some magic happen. Needs a pin here to win this one.
He definitely does, and we have 8 seconds left in this bout. Going to make things tough, but Johnny Vasquez looks like he's going to go away with a 7-3 win for Morris Hills. And
an incredible job by Vasquez there. You can see the emotion right after. Great start for Billette. I don't think he was necessarily expecting this to, off the get-go, a 6-0 start, and I don't think this is what John Gill anticipated either. But now we head into the 120 bout.
Today's broadcast is presented by Champion Athlete Sports Nutrition, Apex Wrestling School, and the Harrington Companies, the official sponsors of Garden State HSWrestling.com's live wrestling coverage.
And here we go, heading into the 120 bout. Levine for 11, for Morris Hills.
You were watching the NWJAC battle between the Morris Hills Scarlet Knights and the Kittatinny Cougars. I am your host, James Clark, along with Shane Dunn on the call.
And it might be a quick one here. Teague on bottom here.
And that's something that Morris Hills would need if they tried to get the pin, but...
And now quick 5 points in the first 25 seconds here for Levin.
Oh, what a way to start off this bout at 120.
And if you're Teague, this is not how you want your first 30 seconds of the match to go. A lot of time to recover here. But this one is the quickest one off the start. They came out like they were just animals to start this one.
Exactly.
1:15 to go.
Exactly. I didn't even get enough time to even get everything in that I wanted to, but.
Now here going for this cradle. And wow, what a reversal there by Teague. 2 points for him, 3-5 now in Levine's favor. Now has that right side past his guard. Headgear is falling completely over the face of him. Sorry, not Levine. I'll give you the updated name in a second. It is Barretto for Morris Hills. Apologies for that. Barretto's headgear is falling completely right in front of his eyes. Now Teague, what a flip of momentum here. I mean, we were starting thinking there was going to be a pin before the ad was done being mentioned. Now Teague's in full control. 20 seconds to go here in the first period.
Yeah, it's been absolutely a crazy first period for sure. And Jaden Barretto, one of the pound-for-pound wrestlers for Morris Hills. He was a state qualifier last year. We got to see him wrestle the other night. Lost that tough match there against Brandon Barris of Mount Olive 3-2. So, you know, he definitely wants to try to bounce back from that loss and be able to get on top.
Apologies again. It was Levin the entire time for Morris Hills. Apologies on that one. That is completely my bad. But here we go now. Teague going for a takedown right off the rip. 12 seconds to go here. And now he falls onto his back. Precarious position for Teague. And now 2 points for Levin. 7-3 lead. He has 3 seconds to go here in the first period. Wow.
And he's not going to get a 2 count there. It was a little bit too soon for that, but he extends the lead 7-3.
I mean, what a back and forth there. That was an incredible first period. Whole lot of near falls, especially in that last minute. But now we will start with Levin on bottom and Teague on top. 7-3 lead in favor of Levin. Now we'll see what Teague can do on bottom. Immediately keeps him in control over that left side. Now great reversal. Might get the 2 points, and he does.
Yep, 9-3 now for 11 of Morris Hills. Bonus points are crucial if you're Morris Hills.
Absolutely, and I mean, I think Levin may be the more experienced here, but Teague putting up a great fight.
He's been in it. I mean, that's really what you can really say, and that's just credit to coaching, credit to Kittatinny as a whole, too, of what they've been able to do for many years.
I will give that compliment to Kittatinny as well. No matter any of – oh, wow, what a great reversal. I'll compliment him in a second, a 2-point reversal there.
Make it 9-5.
For Teague.
But Levin going to try to shake him off a little bit because Teague is getting a little bit high. And he should be able to sneak in through the back door, and he does.
Wow. We're watching a master class here. This is a great one through the second period, 11-5, like James just mentioned. 50 seconds to go here. And I mean, I would like to say Teague's an advantage, but this could be anybody's match right here, in my opinion. 37 seconds to go now. A pin position here for Levin, but Teague, 2-point reversal.
2-point reversal and 2 back points for Levin. It's now 13-7. My goodness.
And I mean, there's one thing you're guaranteed with both of these schools is good wrestling, and this is about as good as it gets here.
Got about 15 seconds left to go in the second period with Levin holding a 13-7 lead.
And Teague here looking for anything he can this last 3 seconds. Will be having to start on bottom, at least I believe, in the third period. Headgear completely torn off, and that just goes to show how physical this match has been.
We also like to take the time to thank the following sponsors, our local sponsors for tonight's match. Bell Tower Estate, Urbania Diner, Freeway Tire Pros, Brick 46 Restaurant and Bar, Out of Space Self-Storage, Rivera Maya Mexican Restaurant, Sesco's Restaurant, Kittatinny Chiropractor, J. Kramer Landscaping, and LC Service Auto Repair for tonight's coverage.
I think both these wrestlers are going to be a chiropractor after this one. Jeez, 15 seconds in, Teague in a very tough spot here. He might just get pinned.
He might.
Wow, what a bridge.
Oh boy, I don't think you see many good bridges like that in a long time.
That is a lot of neck strength. That was athleticism personified right there. I haven't seen a bridge like that in my wrestling commentating days. And it is a pin, but no discount to Teague. What a match, and what a start for Morris Hills. John Gill is going to be doing everything he can to try and flip the momentum here. And today's broadcast is presented by Champion Athletes Sports Nutrition, Apex Wrestling School, and the Harrington Companies, the official sponsors of Garden State HSWrestling.com's live wrestling coverage. Now we'll be heading in to our next bout. 126 here. Morris Hills with a 12-0 lead over Kittatinny, and I don't think this was in any of our bingo cards for this matchup. I expected 3 toss-ups to start. I won't lie to you, I wasn't expecting 3 big wins like that out of Morris Hills. A great, I don't think they could have imagined better start. But here we go.
Now we go to 126 with Jaden Barretto of Morris Hills and Martinez from Kittatinny. And Barretto going in, he got a quick takedown, leads it 2-0, trying to work for more points for the Morris Hills Scarlet Knights.
Here comes Nico trying something here, and they're pushed off the mat.
Will be 2-0 for Jaden Barretto.
Barretto's one of those stars. I mean, 4th match in, you get one of your best wrestlers coming up to the plate, and you're already up 12-0.
Definitely, and he's looking for a bounce-back win tonight after coming off of that 3-2 loss to Brandon Barris and Mount Olive on Tuesday night.
I mean, I think this would be as big of a first win as you get in Kittatinny, especially against such a prestigious coach as John Gill. It'd be a great way to start your season, only 2 meets into the season.
Most definitely. Couldn't agree more.
Now a lot of hand and wrist control being tried here. He's been trying to get that half Nelson on the one side for quite a while now, and might get it here if he can pass. Oh, there we go. There's that part of the half Nelson he was looking for, but now the wrist controlled by Nico Martinez.
Barretto leads this one 2-0.
36 seconds to go here. Not a whole lot going on the ground except for a lot of control trying to be won here.
And it started out really, really quick at first, but then it just kind of slowed down once he was able to get that takedown and just grab wrist control.
13 seconds to go here. Looking like it's probably going to head 2-0 into the second period in favor of Morris Hills. And like I predicted, there we go.
Good job, Shane.
You know, it's what I do. No, I'm kidding. Here we go, heading into the second period. 2-0 lead here for Morris Hills in this matchup, or for Barreto, rather.
And Barreto's going to take bottom to start the second, which is a coach's dream. They always start in the bottom position.
And that's why. And that's why he started on bottom. A 2-point reversal there. Now 4-0 for Barreto. And this is one of the reasons why he qualified for states. I mean, this kid is a machine in there, and we're expecting a huge season out of him this year. As well for Morris Knowles. I mean, they've looked solid all night against a very competitive and technically undefeated Kittatinny team. It's not fun to say that one match into the season, but.
No, but hey, you know, you're 1-0 right now. See what happens after tonight.
Absolutely. Barreto remains in control just like he did last period. 1:23 here to go now. 4-0 lead. I will say this, I mean, last time I was in this gym, it was one of the louder I've been in. The way this has started, I haven't heard such a quiet Kittatinny crowd in my commentating days, I'll be honest.
No, but like I said, too, you're going to see all the upper seniors later. You're going to be seeing Reese Smith. You're going to be seeing Bryce Coesfeld, Ethan Dolling, who's a junior right there, and then you're going to see senior Tyler Lockburner, too. So you're going to see all those top-notch wrestlers from Kittatinny later on, and that's why Morris Hills is definitely trying to take advantage to win like these kind of matches here, right here.
And with 10 matches to go, I mean, it's a lot of time, but starting in a hole like this, you better be relying on some of those stars that you were mentioning. I predict Kittatinny will. I predict this ending very close. But now 30 seconds to go here in the second period. A 6-2 lead for Barreto. And now goes for a takedown, gets sprawled on, but still in control here. Definitely fighting for it a little bit harder than he had to before, but wow. Almost 2 points there again for him.
And almost even just as much as like a 5-point move. And he's near the takedown. The Morris Hills coach is calling too. And they got it.
Make it 8-2 to end the second period.
Big 2 points right there. You definitely needed that.
And again, it's the same thing I've been saying about all these Kittatinny wrestlers. I feel like there's more fight than I would expect being down the amount of points they've been in their matches. Doesn't matter if they're down 11-2, 8-2, 15-2. They're not giving up. They're fighting like it's a 0-0 match, and I love that. And now we have the neutral start. Great move by Barreto there.
He'll make this one 8-3 after that escape point for Martinez. Now we'll see what Barreto can do. They go out of bounds. 11 seconds into the third.
Almost ran right off the mat there, and Barreto goes for a quick single leg and gets the ankle there, and wow.
And blocking it off is Nico Martinez.
Great defense by Nico. I thought Barreto was going to have that. I thought this was about to be over, but Martinez, great recovery there. And now he calls a stalemate. 8-3 in favor of Barreto here. 12-0 lead on the night for Morris Hills, and that could very well turn into 15-0.
It very well could. You never know.
And now a double. Great double leg there. Didn't get all of it, but still had enough strength to take him down.
We'll see if he can try to pop his head from the back door. That's going to be the most crucial there, and he does. I would say if you're Barreto, you let him up, you get another takedown in to try to make this one a major.
I agree with that completely.
Definitely want to get the bonus as much as you can. I mean, granted, you obviously want to get the pin. That's always the objective, especially if you're a heavy favorite like Barreto. But, you know, get points where you can. Let him go, get the takedown, hold him down. Make it a 12-4 match and a 4-point swing there.
Exactly what you said happened. There we go, going for another takedown there off that left leg. Trying to spin over there.
But if Martinez keeps this to a 10-4 win for Barreto, that's, again, like I said, 3 points on the board for Morris Hills, but a win for Kittatinny.
Couldn't agree more. I mean, anything short of a major decision, pinfall, or a tech, which wouldn't see it coming here, is a win for Kittatinny at this juncture in a match, especially against somebody of the caliber of Barreto.
We'll see what Barreto can do as we get to 20 seconds left, and he goes in on a shot. But blocking it off is Martinez. Barreto just needs to really try to do what he can to get that takedown. And he's near the takedown, and he gets it.
Making it 12-4 now. I would honestly let him up just to. At this point, no. Never mind.
Nope,
I didn't realize there was 10 seconds left.
Yeah, nope, you're all good. You got the major right there. That's it. So
a long off season.
So Jaden Barreto, a 12-4 winner for Morris Hills, and that extends the lead 16-0.
Today's broadcast presented by Champion Athletes Sports Nutrition. Visit them at wrestlernutrition.com. Apex Wrestling School with 4 locations in New Jersey and 1 in Manhattan, and the Harrington Companies, Construction, Recycling, and Hoffman Landscaping. The Harrington Companies, huge supporters of New Jersey high school wrestling, and we are now heading into the 132 bout. It is John Grasso of Kittatinny versus Brody Frank of Morris Hills. We're seeing John Grasso, the aggressor here, which is honestly the first time I can say that for a Kittatinny wrestler taking the mat tonight. Now Brody trying to get behind there, and he does. Drops into it, and a great takedown there by Brody Frank.
Yeah, get that takedown 2-0.
And John Grasso now needs to look to try and defend this. A 16-0 lead to start for Morris Hills. I don't think many people were expecting a shutout at this point still for Kittatinny, but right off the mat almost. That was a very scary and close one right there.
Yeah, right there at the edge of the mat. And, you know, when you look at it, you know, the gym floor is right there too. You don't want to smack your head or anything or get hurt on the gym floor. It hurts.
That's how commentators are made.
Yes, amen. That's why I'm a commentator.
Now we see Brody Frank back in control here over John Grasso of Kittatinny. 2-0 lead for Frank here after that amazing takedown to start. But John Grasso definitely doesn't look to be at a disadvantage. Or there we go, right there. Great reversal attempt.
You could just tell he wants a throw.
There we go.
He definitely wants a throw. And that's something that you see a lot from these Kittatinny wrestlers is that they know it's 2-1, but a lot of them like the throws, and that's what he's been doing in this this beginning part of the match so far. And
correct me if I'm wrong, this is the weights where I feel like the throws become a lot more effective because you can see 2 106 wrestlers throwing each other around for an entire period, and they get back up after 3 periods and they shake hands. And really quick, Coach Brian Belletti comes up. Did you catch what he said exactly? I'll be honest, I didn't.
I think they just wanted to make sure that the score was correct and he got that escape, which he did. Unless they were talking about something else, but
I heard 2 feet in bounds or something along those lines. Not entirely sure what just happened with Morris Hills' coach and the referee. Probably saw his back walk right into the camera there. But now 4-1 lead here for Brody Frank and Morris Hills over John Grasso.
They'll go out of bounds. 10 seconds to go in the first period.
John Grasso on bottom, Frank on top here. 10 seconds left to go, as you just mentioned, in the first period.
And he brings it back down.
Perfect, just out-muscled him there. And if I'm John Grasso, I'm just going to stay here for the last 3 seconds to save some energy for the second period.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. That's the end of one period with Frank leading 4-1. Looking over to his coaches, he's going to go, I think he wants to go bottom right away, or his coaches were, and now he's going to go bottom to start the second period with John Grasso going back on the top position. And we'll see how he does from top.
And not even just from a coach's love perspective. I think this is where Brody Frank can shine, starting from bottom after that first period. I think this is a great decision by him and the coaches.
We'll see if it works out for him, as Gian Grasso is already 15 seconds into the second with riding from top. Now he works at power half.
Really has that locked in, goes for a crossface for a split second there, but now turns him over.
See if he tries to break him back down, and Frank is out, extends the lead 5-1.
I knew it was coming, I'll be honest. I didn't expect Gian Grasso to keep him down that full 40, but a great fight there from him. Now starting at neutral, this is where you really got to start to attack some of with a little bit more fire than he has been in that first period. I think that's his biggest thing. I think when he shoots, he's got to shoot with his whole heart here.
Couldn't agree more. That's something that he definitely needs to do, and he does, as we say that. As we say that. And, you know, blocking it off is Frank, but Gian Grasso doing what he can, and he's holding on to that leg. I think the ref is going to stop for, oh, he's not. I almost thought he was going to stop for potentially dangerous, because that ankle did look a little bit funky.
Very flexible here from Gian Grasso. I didn't know knees could move like that, if I'm being completely honest, but 7-1 here now for Brody Frank on top. 30 seconds to go in the second period.
Got to give him credit. I mean, that was a good shot attempt there by Gian Grasso.
Yeah, we still got 9 matches to go, and this match is nowhere near over, but if you're John Gill, what's your game plan heading into the rest of this night?
I mean, definitely just getting pins from, like, your big-time wrestlers. That's really how you're going to go into the bout, but also just not giving up any more points and just winning the toss-up matches, which they haven't really been successful with so far tonight.
There we go now. We are heading into the third period.
And Gian Grasso, he's taking top, which I'm a little surprised about.
I am as well. I mean, we saw it happen at the beginning of the second. We saw the first 40, like I said, great fight out of him, but I didn't think he was keeping Brody down before the period started. And this is an interesting decision by not only Gian Grasso, but John Gill as well, which I trust that decision, but we'll see how it works in action here. 15 seconds into the third.
I know a lot of times with these wrestling teams and coaches, like, if they know their wrestler is not the greatest on top, because don't get me wrong, it's hard to ride somebody from top. You know what I mean? So a lot of times if they're down this big, a lot of times a lot of coaches like to go neutral just to kind of get the spark going and get them to take a shot at least.
I mean, down in a 7-1 hole here, John Gill must see some type of pin potential from top here for Gian Grasso. Now crossface here. Turns back in the middle of the ring. Minute and 8 seconds.
Take the time and see what he could do, because he has control of that arm. Now we got a minute to go in the third period. Now there's a stall warning on Frank.
I think he's definitely going to get called for a stalemate here. I mean, Gian Grasso is trying to do all he can, but now a little bit of movement here out of Frank. 44 seconds to go here.
Just has to be careful that this doesn't get too high for Gian Grasso to, you know, lose leverage, and for Frank to shake him off and get the reversal at the end and make it a major, which is something that you don't want for Kittatinny.
I'll be completely honest. I think if you're John Gill at this point in the match, I think you're just looking to avoid that major, honestly. I don't think this is not what I was expecting coming in here. And I don't think it's, unless I'm wrong, I don't think it's what you were expecting either.
No, honestly, I was expecting, like, you know, aggressive, going from the feet, or at least, you know, going from neutral and just multiple takedowns, because that's something that Morris Hills needs. But, you know, Kittatinny neutralizing points, you know, give this 3 up here. You can afford to do that, but, you know, going in as we go into the 138 bout coming up next, you know, you're down on a whole 19-0, so you got to start winning the toss-up matches. 7-2 win there for Brody Frank of Morris Hills after that stall call.
Today's broadcast is presented by Champion Athletes Sports Nutrition, Apex Wrestling School, and the Harrington Companies, the official sponsors of Garden State HSWrestling.com's live wrestling coverage. We would like to thank Bell Tower Estate, Hibernia Diner, Freeway Tire Pros, Brick 46 Restaurant and Bar, Outer Space Self-Storage, Riviera Maya Mexican Restaurant, Cesco's Restaurant, Kittatinny Chiropractic, J. Kramer Landscaping, and LC Service Auto Repair. For providing financial support to allow Garden State, HSWrestling.com's broadcast of today's match. Now we are in the 138 bout. As we've mentioned, John Gill in a tough spot here. We have Casarubis for Morris Hills and taking on Savage for Kittatinny.
Yep, Jacob Savage from Kittatinny. He was here last year. I remember seeing him wrestle a couple of times as a Kittatinny wrestler. So
Jacob Savage is definitely a name I remember and I'm familiar with. I believe we saw him score a huge pin the last time we were here. It's been a good year, though, so I'm not going to – don't quote me on that one.
Yeah, no, definitely. But, you know, definitely a very solid wrestler for Kittatinny that he could definitely get a win for you here. But, you know, being down 19-0, he's going to have to get a pin, and now he'll try to work for that. But he gets the takedown, and he leaves it 2-0.
I think that's exactly what he's looking for. We've seen him come out frantic and jumping at the bit here. 2-0 lead for him, and I'll be honest, this is one of the first leads in a match I've seen for Kittatinny. Just under a minute to go here. Savage working top. 50 seconds to go. And a great job by Casarubis.
Now getting in on that arm. He's bringing that arm back as Savage.
Great wrist control on that left arm. That is completely all the way around, but gets it back out in front of him.
30 seconds to go in the first period with Jacob Savage of Kittatinny leading this one 2-0.
And now Savage rolls around again. Hearing a lot more shouts from the Kittatinny crowd in this one. Just looking for a spark of something here. 10 seconds to go. And this will be the first period that they lead in on the night. I believe 6 matches in. First period that they've ended leading.
That's going to be the end of one period with Jacob Savage leading 2-0.
Kittatinny defers.
And Savage looking for that first win for Kittatinny.
Casarubis starts on bottom. Savage will start on top here.
Again, I just want to remind everybody that you are watching the NWJAC battle between the Morris Hills Scarlet Knights and the Kittatinny Cougars with your host, James Clark, alongside on the call with Shane Dunn.
And now, 8 seconds into the second period here, both, again, very even matchups all across the board. Even if there is that little bit of a point gap in the end, we've only seen one pin on the night. This has been spectacular wrestling so far.
Yes, it's just been great wrestling for Morris Hills as a whole. They've really been doing such a great job with getting wins and, you know, containing Kittatinny.
Now they're going to turn him and almost has him planted there. A great attempt there, but now goes back to that leg.
He's going to try and get a reversal, wow. But Savage,
beautiful by Savage. Still in bounds. Minute 9 to go here. An incredible exchange there. Does not amount to any points, though. But beautiful wrestling is the only compliment I can give to both of these teams right now. It's been nothing but amazing so far.
It's a lot of scrambling around for sure, especially all around the mat.
56 seconds here to go.
And if you're Kittatinny, you need a pin to set the momentum. You got to get the pin here.
I mean, if I'm John Gill, honestly, I'll take a major decision here, but definitely the pin's what they're looking for. But definitely just some momentum in their corner is what they need to get this night started for them. At 138, we still got 8 more matches. So we're about at the halfway point, and this could hopefully be the turning point for John Gill. We may see a lopsided score here tonight.
Hey, listen, you never know with wrestling. It's a very strange sport, as I always refer to it as. It's just you're never out of it until you're completely out of it. So
Savage and Casarubis are definitely both not out of this one. Still only 2-0 with 20 seconds left in the second period. This has been very back and forth, but no one has been able to establish that much control. A great period here for both wrestlers. Now 10 seconds to go here. We'll see. Now we are hearing the crowd count down. That's the end of the second period. We'll be heading into the third period with a 2-0 lead in favor of Jacob Savage of Kittatinny.
And he's going to go, I'm surprised he didn't go top because of how successful he was with riding from top. So, but he's going to take bottom.
And we're seeing Billette say, you have to win this exchange. You have to win this one. Don't let him up.
Yeah, definitely, especially if you're on top.
A lot easier said than done, keeping Jacob Savage on the ground for very long. A little bit of an odder exchange there, but it definitely worked.
Yeah, just got to watch that knee, and I know the official's definitely looking at it, but you definitely don't want to see it, especially because he has that knee brace on that right knee. And Savage gets the reversal to lead it 4-0.
And here we go. Jill just trying to drive him into the mat. Minute 26 here to go. Savage looking at that right side.
We'll see if he tries to lock up a cradle, because that's something that he was favoring at that time.
And what I tell you, Kittatinny's crowd has officially woken up for this match. A Let's Go Savage chant breaks out with a minute 7 to go here. 4-0 lead in favor of Savage. Looking for that power half and looking to turn him over.
We'll see if he can do that here, as we're under a minute left to go in the third.
This is just such a tough matchup. Both giving it all they got and both not giving each other an inch. I mean, this is a tough one to win. This is a tough one to lose for sure. Savage still remains in control. 38 seconds to go here. Now stall warning here for Casarubas.
And Casarubas has really done a good job with, maintaining, to a 4-0 lead. And what we thought was almost going to look like he was going to give up some more points to get the near reversal. I mean, he's been doing a good job wrestling defensively, but, definitely needed some more firepower there to try to win.
10 seconds to go here, and Savage is hanging on to this control. Whoa, very tough position there. Almost got flattened out right there on his back.
Could have gotten at least 2 back points out of it, but it was still a little bit too quick, maybe not enough there. It's hard to kind of see from that angle, but,
3 seconds to go here. It's looking like it'll now be 19-3 after this match, and Jacob Savage will be the first wrestler from Kittatinny to score a win tonight, and a very well-earned one. What a dogfight there. Great matchup.
That could be the turning point right there for Kittatinny.
Now we will head into 146.
Today's broadcast is presented by Champion Athlete Sports Nutrition, Apex Wrestling School, and the Harrington Companies, the official sponsors of GardenStateHSWrestling.com's live wrestling coverage. We also like to take the time to thank the following sponsors: Bell Tower Estate, Urbanina Diner, Freeway Tire Pros, Brick 46 Restaurant and Bar, Out of Space Self Storage, Rivera Maya Mexican Restaurant, Sesco's Restaurant, Kittatinny Chiropractor, J. Kramer Landscaping, and LC Service Auto Repair. Thank you to all of our local sponsors for providing the financial support for tonight's match.
Now at the 144 match, we have Caro of Morris Hills versus Cover of Kittatinny.
So Caro, one of the other good wrestlers for Morris Hills.
Now we are at the halfway point of this dual meet, and this is where John Gill definitely needs the momentum to turn. Scoring an upset here would be a huge one for him.
Definitely, and Caro is definitely one of those wrestlers for Morris Hills who's done a good job so far this season.
Now back in the middle. Still 0-0 here, 40 seconds into this first period of the 144 bout. Both looking for wrist control here, both. Very tight on that head snap. Now going for that right leg, going for a single leg.
We'll see if he can finish it there. Is Cover. And
Whoa.
Oh, that definitely was rough landing right there.
And we'll be back in just a second after this one. And just remember to follow us on social media, GardenStateHSWrestling.com. We are on Facebook, GardenStateHSWrestling.com, on Twitter or X at GardenStateHSW, and Instagram, GardenStateHSWrestling. Now, while we have this little bit of an injury timeout, I feel like it's a good time to talk about a little bit of an elephant in the room. If you're not a big fan of Kittatinny or you haven't seen a lot of Kittatinny matches, let's talk about the pants that they wear, or rather the underpants that they, or that sounds weird. You know what I'm trying to say. The pants they wear. You don't see the leggings. Thank you very much.
Yes,
couldn't think of that word.
It's just been a classic gem that Kittatinny has done for a lot of years. You know, they've kept up with that tradition for many, many years, and they like it. So,
and just give me 1 second. We're gonna hear what's going on with this match. And the now coach for Morris Hills and coach for Kittatinny are talking a little bit here. This is being associated with injury time right now, but we'll see the final verdict in a moment. And this match will go down as an injury default. A lot of claps for Carr as he gets up. But now we will be heading into the 156 bout. Today's broadcast presented by Champion Athletes Sports Nutrition, Apex Wrestling School, and the Harrington Companies, the official sponsors of GardenStateHSWrestling.com's live wrestling coverage. Now, out of Morris Hills, we have Jeffrey Kittatinny versus Aiden McLean of Kittatinny at the 150 bout. Start a little bit early there, both just a little bit too anxious.
Yeah, definitely, especially now with Kittatinny being down at 10. You know, they definitely, both wrestlers after that, especially for the Morris Hill side with, you know, that injury default for Caro. You know, that's definitely tough for them to overcome, but, you know, Morris Hill's still in the lead by 10.
And it's something you never want to see in a match like that. I mean, that was definitely touted to be a good one, just a rough result. But now we're in the 150. Now 19-9 bout. Kittatinny down, like you mentioned. 30-minute 34 left in the first period.
And McLean going in. He has that single leg, and it's nicely defended there by Kittatinny from Morris Hills. And they're going to go out. Yes, they are. They're going to go out of bounds with 1:18 to go in the first period.
I mean, definitely not how anybody wants to see it, but definitely a tide shift here, or a momentum shift here, rather. I mean, now only a 10-point deficit, and we are officially at the halfway point of this dual meet. And officially at the halfway point of the first period. Still, goose egg on the board for both sides here.
And we got a minute to go in the first period. We're all tied up at 0. It's on the officials' time. We stop the match. They're going to get them reset.
Fixing the headgear a little bit there. Now, 55 seconds to go here.
See if he could try and work a throw, because I know he's got that underhook there is Kittatinny. Going in on a shot is Kittatinny. Let's see if he can finish it. He locks up. Has a front headlock there going, which is a famous wrestling move there that you see more and more every year.
A little bit of a late call there, and you can hear the disagreements from the parents as well as the coaching staff there. But now, here we go, 27 seconds to go. Both competitors just looking for something here, and McLean goes for a single leg and gets caught, possibly.
And just putting the mat on the head is Kittatinny.
10 seconds to go here now.
And that's going to be stopped there, I feel like, or or at least with 5 seconds to go in the first.
He's looking for that 2 points, very close to it, and just misses out on it. We are still tied up at 0-0 here. This is about as even as a first period as it gets, but now we'll head into the second. We'll see McLean on bottom to start here.
And that will definitely be something crucial, especially if the match goes into overtime for whoever scores the first point of this period. And McLean looked like he was going to get an escape, but he's working for more than that. He wants to get a reversal.
And I love it. I love the aggression here. It's something that Kittatinny desperately needs.
I 100% agree.
Now trying to get that arm around there. You saw that, but still has that left arm tightly around the right leg. Now has that ankle sickness as well. Could be going for this reversal. And this would be the first 3 points of the match here.
And I think the official should be giving him a 1 there, and he does. Because if that were to be stalemated, you would think that the official would give him the escape point. So now it's 1-0 for McLean.
And in a match like this match could quite literally end 3-1 or some funky score like that. So huge point there.
And that just shows a lot of defensive wrestling when you win a match like that, like 1-0, 2-0, 3-0, 3-1, 3-2.
And this is definitely a competitive match. We haven't seen too much ground action since they've both been stood up after the stand-up there. 40 seconds to go here.
McLean just has to be the aggressor to make sure that he doesn't give up a crucial mistake, which is Kittatinny is definitely looking for that after, you know, the Caro injury.
Both still in the middle here. 18 seconds to go, and a 1-0 lead in favor of Kittatinny in this matchup. And now it goes for the single legs, trying to rotate around it and get this takedown. 4 seconds to go here. It's going to be close, and it's going to end 1-0 in the second period. We'll head into the huge third period here.
Kittatinny has to go bottom to start because he hasn't been successful in the neutral position, so he has to try to go bottom here to either get a reversal or get the escape. And they're going to stop this for, I believe, it looked like they were going to stop for blood time.
Looking like a bloody nose.
Yep, they're looking to stop for blood time. And while we're doing that, let's go to our social media. So follow us on social media. On Facebook at GardenStateHSWrestling.com. On Twitter at GardenStateHSW. And on Instagram at GardenStateHSWrestling. Follow us all on social media.
And also, if you're tuning into our YouTube stream today, don't forget to like and subscribe so you don't miss another one. And also go to our website, GardenStateHSWrestling.com, where you can find more articles and even more content there as well.
Why go with the goof when we have the proof? And by we, I mean Don, who's doing a phenomenal job being our technical guy for tonight.
Can't say enough about Don. He's the best.
He is. He definitely is. And also, we'll take the time to go over our local sponsors. We like to thank the following local sponsors for tonight's coverage: Bell Tower Estate, Eberna Diner, Freeway Tire Pros, Brick 46 Restaurant and Bar, Out of Space Self Storage, Rivera Maya Mexican Restaurant, Sesco's Restaurant, Kittatinny Chiropractor, Jake Kramer Landscaping, and LC Service Auto Repair. Thank you so much for all the support that you're providing for tonight's coverage between Morris Hills and Kittatinny. And now we're going into the third after a little bit of the blood time. And Kittatinny is going to lead, is going on bottom to start the third period. And he trails 1-0. But we'll see what happens if he can get this escape here. And he's near the escape point, and he should be getting it at any moment. Or he could be working for the reversal, but now he gives him the escape. And we're all knotted up at 1.
I mean, hope you weren't betting the over on this one. No, I'm just kidding.
You never know with wrestling. I mean, there's a lot of time left. Someone can get a takedown here before the end of the third period, but the way that it's looking, wouldn't be surprised if it went into the first overtime period.
I mean, knowing high school wrestling, this could end 14-13, but we still got 1:20 on the clock. And there's McLean going for that single leg one more time.
And blocking it off is Kittatinny.
And now, wow, a great position there for McLean, a great single leg, great ankle control. Now he's on top 3-1 with 1 minute to go in this match.
And this would be big for Kittatinny if they get this one with a McLean 3-1 lead. And he's looking for some more points here than just a decision. He wants to try to work for a pin as he has that crossface thrown in.
And this would be the first pin of the night for Kittatinny, and actually only the second pin on the night in all. Just very competitive wrestling here today. Now 35 seconds to go here in the period. McLean still in firm control now. 17 seconds to go here. Still 3-1 is McLean. Looking to coast here possibly till the end. Definitely around the 40-second mark. Was looking for more, but he's still looking for more now. He's got 8 seconds to do it if he can. He's got to swing that hip over. He's got to get his chest parallel to the ground.
Yeah, I don't think he's going to have enough time for the pin, but hey, a 3-1 win. That's a win for Kittatinny.
I mean, what a match. I see David stay down a little bit longer. Gripping at that left side here. Both shake hands. What a match. Both did incredible. But now this makes this 19-12 in favor of Morris Hills, and we are heading in to the 157 bout.
Today's broadcast is presented by Champion Athlete Sports Nutrition, Apex Wrestling School, and the Harrington Companies, the official sponsors of GardenStateHSWrestling.com's live coverage.
Now we have Kittatinny's Reese Smith taking on Roger Brazetta, and Reese Smith is one of those, wow, we can read stats later. That was a beautiful 2-point takedown there. One of the 3 seniors on this team with over 25 wins.
Impressive for Reese Smith. He also had an older brother, Shane Smith, who I shook hands with earlier tonight. Such an incredible wrestler in the past from Kittatinny and a better human. So shout out to Shane Smith.
Haven't met many bad Shanes, if I'm being honest.
No, yeah, well, you're definitely the best one around, that's for sure.
I appreciate it, James. Now 2-0 lead here for Reese. Minute 18 to go. Now back to the middle of the mat. It's a 2-1 lead for Reese after that escape before. Expecting big things here from Reese. I mean, this is where you were saying before, and I think a lot of fans are seeing, this is where the momentum is supposed to shift for Kittatinny. They need a big win here.
Definitely, and you know, Reese Smith, one of those best wrestlers for Kittatinny, but he's near on a takedown, but Smith blocking that off, and still neutral. Still in the neutral position, still neutral. Neither one has maintained control here.
Reese with the ankle and loses the ankle completely, and that is a 2-point takedown here for Morris Hills.
It'll be 3-2 lead for him. Got 15 seconds left to go in the first period. Now
a scramble here on the ground, trying to get out of it, trying to get this escape before the 5 seconds up. Morris Hills does not let him out. Great crossface there. Just to end.
And I think the fans want an unsportsmanlike point there for Kittatinny to get, and they're going to get it.
And rightfully so as well. I mean, that's just a dangerous move. The first one was a little bit strong, I will say that, but they let him go with it because it's wrestling. The second one was just a little bit too big of a wind up on that one. You saw him reach all the way back, and you could hear the grunts out of the fans right away.
100%. I couldn't agree more.
Now we are tied 3-3 with Reese starting on top here. Ref wanted to chat a little bit there, but now Reese on top to start this second period. You know, my favorite part of that entire exchange a second ago was Reese got up and didn't say a word, didn't move, looked at his coach, and started walking the other way.
Yeah.
And I believe you'd see the same thing from Morris Hills. Both two very classy wrestling teams, and I just love to see it.
Yeah, definitely. You don't want to engage in any kind of physical confrontation with anybody, especially in this early in the season where, you know, you're coming up with these upcoming holiday tournaments. It's not worth it.
Now a reversal there, or rather an escape there for Morris Hills. 4-3 lead in their favor.
Berzuda leads this one 4-3. Berzuda of Morris Hills and Smith of Kittatinny.
Berzuda's done a good job here today. I mean, this has been a good match against a great wrestler in Reese Smith. 55 seconds to go here. Haven't seen too much. Wow. I always speak too soon.
That just completely
great
came
takedown
out of
attempt. Great takedown attempt, but it's almost like it was a sprawl attempt that he just dove into, it looked like. That was a great reaction there from Reese Smith. Not many people do it quicker than him, and what a 360 there. Still on the mat, still looking to get that control.
If he's anything like his brother, you got to be careful, because if you're winning a match and you're getting into a tie-up like that with a Smith, you better be careful you don't get yourself thrown to the to your back, because that's how Shane Smith won a lot of his matches in his tenure here at Kittatinny.
We'll see if his brother can continue that here. 25 seconds to go. Love seeing historic siblings at different wrestling schools. You'll always see the sibling come out or the old wrestler come out, and it's always great to see. It's great to see a legacy be left on in Reese here now, and one of their best wrestlers, one of their best seniors in his last season. Now 6 seconds to go, and down 4-3 is Reese, like we were just mentioning. Really heading into the third period. Correct me if I'm wrong. I believe Reese will start on bottom. This is a huge period, not only for Reese, but as well Kittatinny. This 19-12, you know, the injury default added to 6 points right away for Kittatinny. So this is a much-needed win, and wow, Reese with the quick 2 points there. It is now 5-5 here. 10 seconds in. That was the most explosive 10 seconds of the match.
Yeah, I don't think I've seen a quick reversal like that one yet this season.
You can just tell the skill from both wrestlers here. Berzuda, incredible matchup for Smith. This has been a good one as well, and I mean, I can't say enough about tonight. This has been a great night of wrestling.
100% too. I mean, give credit to Morris Hills for winning the big-time matches of where they needed to, and if they can get a win here, that's going to be pretty big for Morris Hills.
Now going for that left leg is Berzuda, going for a huge takedown to break this tie.
We'll see if he can finish it there, but nicely in that whizzer is Smith, but Berzuda trying his darndest to be able to get in on the takedown, but blocking it off is Smith, and he has control of that right ankle. I think the official's just going to probably stop this for a stalemate.
Definitely both trying to, and there we go, the stalemate it's called. Both are definitely trying to make some traction there, but both just couldn't do it. Still 5-5 with 46 seconds to go. Great job by Reese to not let those 2 points happen there. We may get to see our first overtime bout of the night. 40 seconds to go in a highly contested matchup. You won't catch it anywhere else but Garden State High School Wrestling.
Exactly. We're the best around.
Now, 28 seconds to go. Speaking of best around, best match. Jeez.
Yeah,
this
definitely.
This is an incredible one.
Yeah.
20 seconds now. Here to go. He's going for the takedown.
He's going
What
in.
a double leg. Can he get it? Ref still hasn't signaled the 2 points. The whole crowd's chanting 2.
Yeah, they want
And he
it.
gets it. It's 7-5. Berzuda's got 10 seconds to work here to try and get 2 points.
And
Lights are looking a little dim for Berzuda's window, and it's looking like Reese Smith will walk out of here with another victory. Correct me if I'm wrong, I believe the 4th straight for Kittatinny now.
Makes this one now 19-15, and Kittatinny's hammers are coming up soon, and you know it's closing in on the match. We're going into 165 now.
Today's broadcast presented by Champion Athletes Sports Nutrition, Apex Wrestling School, and the Harrington Companies, the official sponsors of GardenStateHSWrestling.com's live wrestling coverage. Now we will have the 165 matchup of Ivan Gomez and Ethan Dahling here for Kittatinny. And right away, a quick 2 points for Dahling. That was only 4 seconds in. And a 1-point reversal there. And it's looking like we're going to get the same as the last match.
Exactly. And Dahling, one of the best wrestlers here for Kittatinny. His older brother, Steven Dahling, also wrestled here too. Was a state medal winner here. And his dad was a 2-time state champion for Kittatinny. So a lot of historic wrestling traditions for this Dahling family.
Dahling is a name that is very well remembered here, like you said. He's just looking the same as Reese, looking to continue that tradition. That's something you can see with Kittatinny everywhere. And there's crowds trying to chant for a potential pin here. That was, you're here. I'm hoping not everybody can hear what the crowd's saying on this one.
I think they were definitely cheering for some points because I think it was at least 2 back points, but the officials not giving it to them.
Now a 4-1 lead here in favor of Kittatinny.
And
now looking for a cradle, and he's got it synced in, and this might be another pin here. And Kittatinny's first pin of the night, 59 seconds in. What a performance there from Dahling. And I mean, you couldn't have preempted that any better with saying the Dahling family. What a match.
Definitely, and now it gives Kittatinny their first lead of the night, 21-19. Today's broadcast is presented by Champion Athletes Sports Nutrition, Apex Wrestling School, and the Harrington Companies, the official sponsors of GardenStateHSWrestling.com's live wrestling coverage. Again, you are watching the NWJAC battle between the Morris Hills Scarlet Knights and the Kittatinny Cougars, with your host, James Clark, along with Shane Dunn on the call.
And now we're seeing one of those seniors again for Kittatinny here in Coesfield. And another Gomez as well. 2 points off the bat for Coesfield here. Might have even seen him look at our camera. He thought Liam was the one supposed to take his name on camera tonight.
And leads this one 2-0 for Bryce Coesfeld of Kittatinny and Gomez of Morris Hills.
Coesfield, like I tried to mention before, an incredible senior for this team, 25-plus wins on his season last year, heading into his last season. And he's looking to start it up at home as dominant as possible. Now, Kittatinny has taken the lead, 21-19. I mean, what a swing after that last pin.
Yeah, definitely, and that was a huge momentum from Ethan Dahling, who I forgot to mention, by the way, was on my All-Stars team, this past spring.
And also, Ethan Dahling last season, 32-4, one of the bright spots, and only a junior for John Gill. John Gill's got to be happy with that last match. And I think he's got to be happy with the start here for Bryce Coesfield.
That's the way that he's wrestling here against Gomez.
Now 36 seconds here to go. Just spinning around here, trying his best to try and get him on his back. 25 seconds here.
Now throwing in the legs is Coesfeld. See if Gomez tries to break him down.
Now 15 seconds here to go. And it's looking like we're going to end this period with a 2-0 lead here for Coesfeld after an electric start there. Just couldn't get much done, and that is how good Gomez's defense has been here today.
And it's going to be his choice, and he's going to choose, he's going to defer, and he's going to go bottom for Coesfeld to start the second.
I think it's exactly where John Gill wants Coesfield to be starting the second period. And right away called out from the crowd first, right there.
Yep, a caution. Definitely one of the biggest things that any wrestling fan will catch on to quick. like to talk about our sponsors for today, our local sponsors. We'd like to thank them, and they are the following: Bell Tower Estate, Urbania Diner, Freeway Tire Pros, Brick 46 Restaurant and Bar, Out of Space Self-Storage, Rivera Maya Mexican Restaurant, Cesco's Restaurant, Kittatinny Chiropractor, J. Kramer Landscaping, and LC Service Auto Repair. Thank you so much for providing the financial support for tonight's coverage between the Morris Hills Scarlet Knights and the Kittatinny Cougars.
Huge work here now for Coesfeld. 2 points here. Now 4-0 lead, just 35 seconds into this second period.
Now he's going to try to work for a crossface for Coesfeld. And he has wrist control there. You know, Coesfeld trying to work for something he knows he wants to get bonus points, especially with Shane Davidson that's coming up for Morris Hills at 285. And we'll see how that matchup goes up there for him.
That is a great way to end this night. I mean, that might be the match that decides this dual meet.
Definitely, especially the way that both of these teams have been battling it out tonight. I could definitely see that being the difference maker.
Now here we go, just 50 seconds left to go here in the second period.
Yep, Coesfeld just going to let him up, make this 4-1. Coesfeld going in on a shot, goes in a low single. Going to get stopped for potentially dangerous, which is the right call.
Great call by the ref there. He was right in on that before I even saw it. That was immediate. Can't ask for much better refereeing than that.
Yeah, that's a tough position right there to be in.
And now, 35 seconds after a little break up there. A little bit of wrist control here for Coesfeld. Really has that wrist now. The entire left arm, and now gets that arm over. Now going for that ankle once again. And another 2 points for Coesfeld, and that's why he's one of the great seniors on this team, leading the way for John Gill this season. 15 seconds to go now, 6-1 lead for Coesfeld. I'll say this about both teams and how it's gone. I have a weird feeling if we get the pleasure of commentating anything for states, regionals, anything, we're just going to be reading off Kittatinny and Morris Hills rosters for most of the thing.
Yeah. Most definitely.
Now the third period will start here. A 6-1 lead Coesfeld is starting with, and he will start on top here over Gomez.
And Coesfeld is going to do that optional start. So that's indicating that he's probably going to just let him up, which would be the right call for Coesfeld because he's not really doing much. He's not able to get much going from top, but looks like nope. I was not wrong. I almost thought I was,
so
but
for all the fans at home, explain that because you have a lot more wrestling experience than me.
Sure thing.
Explain to everybody about the.
Well, I wasn't a good wrestler. I'll throw that out there right now, and Don always picks on me on that all the time. But optional start is mostly where you can either decide to let your wrestler up, or you'll get like that advantage to try to get, a throw or a pin in, something like that. But it doesn't usually happen that often, and Coesfeld extends the lead 8-2, but looks like it's going to be 8-3. And he's indicating for some time to adjust his headgear.
Yep, just looked like that chin strap busted off there once he was on the side there. Just need a second to get it back. 1:27 to go here. Yeah, my fourth grade wrestling season, I didn't do any of those optional starts, I'll be honest with you.
No.
So thank you for enlightening the fans on that one.
Yeah, it's not used that often. A lot of times they'll just indicate the neutral sign instead of the optional start. So you don't really see it that often, but, if you're in a position where you're down like 5-4 and you have like 5 seconds left and the clock stopped or something like that, a lot of coaches will indicate it so you can kind of catch them at the right time.
Coesfeld here. You can see him looking right up into the eyes of John Gill, getting advice here. Not something you see every day in every wrestling meet where they'll make direct eye contact with a coach, but when you have a chemistry as well with one of your seniors, as John Gill certainly does with Coesfeld, I'm not shocked by it in the slightest. Now 8-3, still in favor of Coesfeld here. 38 seconds to go. And Gomez has done his absolute best so far. But now 33 to go. And it's tough for anybody running into Coesfeld.
Yeah, definitely. Now he was warned for stalling right there, but not going to make too much of a difference. And now it's going to be caution. And now the Morris Hills coaches are indicating that's his second caution. So he's got to be careful he doesn't get another caution, otherwise that would be a point.
You could hear from the crowd there. We heard the first whistle, and then he moved. It's a little 50-50 there, but only a second caution. Just needs to ride out these last 20 seconds. And not call the two.
Yep, no takedown because both feet were out of bounds.
And Kittatinny's fan base is not happy with the last 10 seconds of calls here. Sorry if you're catching any of that on the air right now. 15 seconds to go here. Coesfield looking for possibly a major over him. Maybe even a pin if he can get it. Another 2 points. That will make this 10-3.
And a nice fireman's carry, too.
Almost went to let him up there. Beautiful fireman's carry. Sorry, got a little. Haven't seen that at the end of a match, if I'm being honest. That was a little bit different. Loved it, though. Now 24-19 lead for Kittatinny over Morris Hills after a 10-4 win in the 175 bout. People really think they're supposed to give our names to us. The main sponsor, today's broadcast presented by Champion Athletes Sports Nutrition, Apex Wrestling School, and the Heritage Companies, the official sponsors of Garden State High School Wrestling's live wrestling coverage. Now we are in the 190 bout. For Morris Hills, we are seeing Prestia, and for Kittatinny, we are seeing Ogar.
So this should be a really good matchup right here between, two quality wrestlers, evenly matched.
Now just circling around each other a little bit here. 25 seconds gone in the match, just kind of sizing each other up, and a great takedown attempt here. Might be 2 points, and it is for Prestia.
Prestia leads 2-0, which is a toss-up match that Morris Hills definitely needs, especially when you go in. You got 190, you got 215, and you got heavyweight. You've only got a couple more bouts left, and you have Shane Davidson heading in on top, so you definitely want to be able to do it. And Ogar with the Peterson, which you don't see very much often anymore. He's going to get a 5-point move there.
What a great one, jeez.
Oh, yeah, that just happened in like a flash.
And a great move here might result in a pin. A great bridge here from Prestia, staying out of it. But Ogar staying in firm control. Just needs to get that chest parallel. Put those knees out, put your legs out. And it's close.
And a nice bridge there for Ogar.
Just barely keeping in it, but that is an incredible pin by Ogar there. What a move. You do not see that just in wrestling anymore, but you especially don't see it being the reason to end a match. That was incredible. And Kittatinny, Morris Hills start off winning their first 5 or 6 matches, and Kittatinny has won the last 5. This has been now an 11-point lead after starting out 19-0. They're up 30-19. What a run John Gill and Kittatinny are making.
Definitely, and they're definitely going to need to try to neutralize points here. So really, if anything, if Morris Hills gets anything less than, if they get anything less than a pin here at 215,
this one will be all over.
Then it's going to be all over. It'll be a Kittatinny win.
But this one for Morris Hills, we are seeing Gieb, and for Kittatinny, we are seeing Loudis for the 215 bout. And wow, I braced myself for impact there. Both these guys looking to throw.
And
a great takedown there by Gieb.
What a throw!
Now in firm control. These guys are tough as nails and strong as an ox, both of them. 30 seconds in and already a throw. 4 points for Gieb, keeping Morris Hills alive in this contest. And you can tell just by his expression, movements, everything. I think he's well aware of the situation they're currently in.
Yeah, most definitely.
Need back-to-back pins here to win this one.
Yeah, you have to. You have to pin out here if you're Morris Hills. You have to.
Unless you somehow want to get a tech.
Which probably wouldn't do you that much good, even going
Loudis takes it.
Oh!
And 2 points for Loudis there. Great reversal. Now Loudis, the aggressor, in control. And the headgear falls off of Prestia. Or sorry, Gieb. My apologies, not Prestia. Prestia was wrestling the last one. A little bit of a headgear problem. Really quick Today's broadcast presented by Champion Athletes Sports Nutrition, Apex Wrestling School, and the Harrington Companies, the official sponsors of Garden State HSWrestling.com's live wrestling coverage. And some of our local sponsors, the Bell Tower Estate, Hibernia Diner, Freeway Tire Pros, the Brick 46 Restaurant and Bar, Outer Space Self-Storage, Riviera Maya Mexican Restaurant, Cesco's Restaurant, Kittatinny Chiropractic, J. Kramer Landscaping, and LC Service Auto Repair. I don't know. You feeling Mexican after this one, James?
Ooh, I do like some Mexican food, and haven't been there, so maybe I'll make my way over there tonight.
I think I'm going to be making a trip to Riviera Maya Mexican Restaurant after this one.
I definitely
if they're still open after a late start.
Yeah, I definitely need my food for tonight.
And now here comes Loudis. Jeez, this is just a tug-of-war of a wrestling match. And another great big slam. This might be a pin for Gabe. And he gets it. And he keeps Morris Hills alive. And the emotion right on his face. What a match.
Wow.
Wow.
That was a
He
huge
just
kick.
exploded with emotion. That was beautiful.
Oh, you got one more bout to go. You know, Shane Davidson's coming up for heavyweight. This is going to be epic of a match right here. And really, if you think about it, Davidson is expected to be the favorite in this match, but you never know.
Now we have senior for Kittatinny, Tyler Lockburner, taking on Shane Davidson. And this is for all the marbles. 285, 3 periods. Here we go, only on GardenStateHSWrestling.com. 10 seconds into the match, just seeing who can gain power the fastest. And I mean, after a 19-0 start and then a 30-0 run from Kittatinny, this has got to be one of the best dual meets you can be at, especially in 2023. And it is a pleasure to be commentating it next to you. Let's see what these next 6 minutes have in store for us.
Yeah, I'm definitely excited to see what can happen.
Morris Hill either needs a tech or a pin here, and Kittatinny just needs those two not to happen. I mean, this is a tough matchup for any 285-pounder to walk into, but I think Shane Davidson's ready to take on the challenge.
And Tucker Lockburner is also no slouch either, too, as he was also a district finalist last year. And Shane Davidson as well, too, who actually won the match for Morris Hills last year in this matchup. So could he do it again? Let's see.
Does history repeat itself? Does lightning strike twice? Can Shane Davidson get it done for Morris Hills? Saw a single leg attempt there for Lockburner. 44 seconds go in this first period. And this crowd is on their feet.
Definitely. So if you're at home right now watching this match, you better pop up your popcorn. We're in for a ride.
Absolutely. 30 seconds to go here. And both still just pushing back and forth. Heavyweights are one of my most favorite matches to watch because the pure strength and aggression it's not as much technique focused as per se a 106 or 113 matchup. This is really where the nitty and the gritty come together. The brawn takes over in these matches, and right there near our first points, but it's looking like we're going to have a first period goose eggs on the board.
I agree with that 100%. Now the flip of the coin, it's going to be Lockburner's choice. He's going to go bottom. And Davidson's going to have to be aggressive on top to try to work for that, for any points here, back points, pin.
Davidson really needs to keep him down, try and keep as many points off the board as possible, quite honestly. Need the pin or the tech. You're not going for points. You're really just going for your opportunity to get a pin.
And he's still in control of that front headlock is Davidson, so no point has been rewarded yet for Lockburner for an escape. And Davidson doing a nice job riding, trying to break down the base of Lockburner.
Almost had him in position there. Could have almost pushed him over.
And Lockburner gets the reversal.
And just remember for everybody, this one is not over on points for Morris Hills. They need a pin or a tech here. Lockburner up 2-0, but oh my gosh, he's going for it. 1:07 left to go here in the second period. Lockburner.
And yeah, he definitely wants more. He wants to get the pin. Shane Davidson, and he might get it.
Wow.
Oh,
the Shane Davidson reversal.
Oh, my goodness.
Back in control. We are tied up at 2-2. Now that's important because this one could go into overtime potentially in this matchup. Something Shane Davidson might be looking for if he can't get it done in the third. But I can barely hear you in my headset. This is the loudest gym I've been in a while.
Oh, this is the loudest match of the night so far because of how close it is.
I mean, this is incredible. 30 seconds to go here in the second period. Kittatinny up 3-2 here in this matchup. Up 30-25 on the night, 5-point lead in the meet. And we are nearing the end of the second period. And this third period is a big one for Shane Davidson and Morris Hills if they want to try and walk out of here happy. 6 seconds to go here. Still just looking for power. Who can control who? And we are heading into the third. Shane Davidson will start on bottom if I'm not incorrect.
No, he's going to go top.
There we go.
He's going top.
There we go.
That's a very interesting call for him to go on top. I guess Coach Billette feels that he can get the pin here, which I understand too. You definitely need a pin.
And Billette knows that, and so does Shane Davidson. This is probably their best choice to do so. Shane's got 1:56 to try and walk out of here with a win. Needs a pin here in the third period. Both have to be tired out. You've been sitting, you're cold, you've been waiting the entire meet. It's always the hardest to go on last, but these two are putting on a show here. Shane Davidson trying to break that right arm down.
Yeah, and he's favoring that near side cradle.
Great ankle pick there. A cradle is hard at no matter what 285-pounder you're facing, but if anybody could do it, the strength of Shane Davidson could get it done. 1:22 to go. Lets him up. Doesn't matter too much. If you don't get a pin, you lose regardless. You can let Tyler Lockburner up as many times as you want in this last minute. Just need this pin.
You need something. You can't go in and give this one up 4-2. You got to go in. You got to go for desperation, throw in a headlock or something.
I think he's just waiting for his time to strike. Shane Davidson. Lockburner just trying to keep it even. Shane Davidson obviously has to go for something. Lockburner put him in a tough position, and they're coming towards our side.
You're going to go out of bounds. 39 seconds left to go in this bout.
Billette's telling him you need this pin here. You got to fight for this one. They're going to start off neutral. 37 seconds here to go. Shane Davidson looking to send Morris Hills home with a win. Tyler Lockburner trying to keep this incredible comeback effort alive. Davidson just can't get a look at anything, but still now going for desperation.
He tried for a headlock, but Lockburner going in, pushing him out of bounds. 15 seconds left to go.
Davidson's got about one more chance in him for one of those desperation moves. He's got to go for it here. I'm expecting a throw of some sorts, possibly even a double leg if he could try and manage it. And like what I tell you, he's going to go for it. He's going to go for that trip.
He's got
Come on, 9 seconds to go. Davidson. This is the meet, 5 seconds, and it's going to look like, and Kittatinny shouts it out.
It's going to favor Kittatinny. My goodness.
And wow, Kittatinny wins a 33-6 run in those last couple matches after Morris Hills opened it up 19-0.
My goodness.
What did we just witness? What a dual meet. This was incredible, James.
Oh, this was such an incredible way to end the night.
Couldn't agree
Absolutely
more.
incredible.
Now we will be back shortly with first of all, follow us on our social media, GardenStateHSWrestling.com, GardenStateHSWrestling.com on Facebook as well, Twitter, Garden State HSW, and Instagram, Garden State HS Wrestling.
So if you like what we have covered here tonight, please be sure to be able to follow all of our social media stuff and follow us on our website, as well as the YouTube live stream for tonight. So why go to the goof when we deliver the proof? And when I say we, I mean Don.
Absolutely. Couldn't have said better myself. Stay tuned for an interview coming up shortly. Thank you guys for joining us. I'm Shane Dunn signing out. It was a pleasure. Thank you.
So we'll get to talk about this match tonight. It was such an incredible night tonight here at Kittatinny High School. 33-25, crazy way. Shane, talk about this match. What did you think about this? It was quite exciting going into the last 3 bouts of the night.
I mean, a year layoff for me. I haven't gotten to commentate or watch wrestling in a while, and I mean, what a better way to come back. The 19-0 run from Morris Hills really didn't see Kittatinny and John Gill pulling it out, but that's exactly what he does best. A 30-0 run in the next 5 or so matches, and then takes the win in the 285 match. A great job by John Gill. I'm expecting big things there now. Undefeated on the season, 2-0, his 638th win. And I mean, that is no discount to Morris Hills and what they can do this season. I think they just got caught on, it was a rough end for them. I still think they can do big things. I think we're going to hear a lot of these names come out during states, regionals, districts, everything. I mean, how are you feeling about Morris Hills going into the rest of their season?
Well, I know they got Clifton tomorrow night, and that's going to be a really tough matchup for them. But, it'll be tough for them if they start out 0-3 or 1-2. They're going to win. We were talking about it the other night. They may win at least one of those matches going into the holiday week. But, Morris Hills, nothing to hang their heads on. They wrestled a really tough match tonight, probably the best match of the week that they've really wrestled for sure, that we've covered them at least. So they're going to going into tomorrow night, they're going to wrestle Clifton to the best of their advantage. Clifton's one of the best at the time. But, it's going to be a nice season for Morris Hills, so definitely not anything to hang their head on.
And speaking, not Morris Hills, apologize. Tomorrow we'll be covering a quad at Randolph with Warren Hills, West Morris, and Hanover Park. So make sure to come and check that out tomorrow. James, it's been a pleasure today.
Yeah, definitely.
Pleasure to be back into it, and a great dual meet. And I believe we're heading into an interview with one of the coaches after this. So, again, a pleasure, and it was great having you all with us tonight. I am Shane Dunn. This is James Clark. Thank you.